Now then, here we are again in the workshop, and with more interesting toys. An AEG 18 volt lithium powered battery drill. And I've got the charger. Not that I'll ever use it, because you obviously know why I don't like these. And those who don't, well, they charge at too high a rate. Yeah, and if you start deep discharging and charging at a higher rate, as a lot of EV owners have found out, if they do rapid charging all the time, it takes capacity out of your batteries. Anyway, here's the story. I was off at the sawmill a few days ago. Andy, will you go and fetch this alternator from the repairers? It's one of the big machines. I went, yeah, okay. So it wasn't far away, so I popped in, and whilst I was there, this was in the scrap pile right by the door. And I said, can I have that? He said, you carry on, mate. Yeah? Do you want the charger for it? I said, yes, please, because you never know. Yeah? And he said, the drill's fine, it's the battery, there's no guts in it. Yeah? And I thought, okay, well, you know, just see what happens. And what does happen, this is as I got it, it goes, right, but and it just stops. You just put a bit of pressure on it, it just stops. Now you'd think, okay, the BMS, the battery management system in the battery, is stopping the power. Fair enough. Yeah. So let's measure the voltage in the batteries. I'll just zoom you in. So if you look down there, yeah, there's a positive and a negative, which is great. So we've got the meter. That's probably a bit better. Switch it on. Yep. Okay. And 18.9. Well, that shouldn't do that. At 18.9, it should not be switching off. But I'm just thinking here, there'll be 5 cells in there, 5 lithium cells. Okay, now 5 4s are 20. Okay, at 4 volts. But those cells will go up to sort of 4.6 or something like that. So if we got a cell or a pair of cells, I think they're probably in parallel in this. If we got a pair of cells that are duff or not very good, yeah, then we will have, let's say 4 times 4.6, yeah. 4 4s are 16, 4 6s are 24, that gives 18.4. So I think we need to actually take this apart. One of the things we could do is put a capacitor, not a capacitor, a resistor or a resistance across the battery and see what the voltage drop would be. But I think the first thing to do is to have the back off and see what's going on. Then we can actually measure stuff. So it's absolutely typical. These are security Torx. You see that little pin in the middle? Well, on this one here that I've undone, I just got a thin screwdriver and just bent that little center tab out of the way. Just smacked it one to break it off. because I was looking for my little selection of security key type things and I can't find it at the moment, so we'll just have to get a bit violent with it. So we just get this. There you go, it's broken it off. These security keys are a right pain. Yeah. The only thing they do is secure the profits of the company that makes them. Right, I just need to hook that out. Right, that's that out of the way. I won't go on about that, I won't rant about it. But really, you know, just designed to try and stop people from doing stuff. I had the same problem with one of those vacuum cleaners, but of course they put the one screw with the security tab in the most difficult place. Right. There we go. Now, that's interesting, there's a screw there. So I wonder if somebody's been in here before. No, it wouldn't, because of those security screws. That one obviously wants to go there. See if we can just ease the battery pack out. There we go. Don't tell me it's glued in. Right. And it is. Partially. Let's get rid of that. So there's a tray in the bottom there. A rubber tray. And here we go. We've just got 5 cells. Okay. So that one to there is 3.8. Yeah, you can see that. 3.8. 3.5. 3.8. Just, oh, there we go. 3.8. 3.8. 3.5. 3.8. 3.8. I think what I'll do first of all is charge that 3.5 up to 3.8 on the bench power supply. Obviously the BMS here has got confused or doesn't work correctly or something like that. Yeah, and there should be screws in there. I can't imagine any of them would be a connection, but I'll put that screw back in there. Yeah, should be 4 screws in this, and of course they've never been fitted. Let's it's the old pressure to put things together in China, isn't it? Because according to the post-apocalyptic inventor, yeah, AEG used to be a very good German company, but it's been taken over as usual. I mean, I've got a Metabo, which was German, angle grinder, a big one, and I must have had it for, whoa, 30 years? No, perhaps not quite that much. More than 20 years anyway, and it's absolutely brilliant. But, you know, that's when it was a German company made in Germany. Anyway, I'm going to charge that cell up there to 3.8 volts at about, let me say, about 150 milliamps. And that will take quite a number of hours, and I think we've sorted out our problem. But we can but tell. Hopefully all what I've done makes sense. Watch this space. Okay, so it was the middle one that was 3.5. Now we're on 3.9 and 3.9. Let's try and get that one. .9. I've actually charged the whole lot up a little bit. Yeah. Where are we? I'm going to go from there to there. So they're all 3.9 now. They were 3.8 and 3.5 or something like that. And I charged that one up, and then I've trickle charged the whole lot. So the thing to do now is put that in the drill. Let's just zoom out a bit. Okay, so we've got the battery in the drill, and then it stopped. So it's got more grunt, but not as much as you imagine. Now it's interesting that on the bottom of this battery case it shows that these are 1.5 amp hours, and that's relatively small. Yeah, a lot of these cells now are 2 amp hours. So if it proves that how are we going to do this? What we really want to do is we want to test the battery voltage under load, don't we? That'd be a good thing. Right, leave it with me a minute. Okay, we're on 19.5 volts. Yeah. See, it went down to 14. 19.3. I suspect these cells aren't very good. Yeah, because they're losing voltage under load. But the main thing to do here now is let's see what happens if we put this battery in the charger. And we've leveled that cell up. If we wanted to improve them, we could replace all these cells with 2 amp hour cells. Yeah, I think under load the voltage is collapsing. Yeah, hopefully you saw that. Let's just try it one more time. Put a hammer there to hold that upright. Let's just zoom in on the voltmeter. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and we'll put this in the charger and see what happens. Okay, we've got a light there and we've got a flashing light. So what is the battery voltage? On the charge it's showing 20.4. Okay, so let's just leave that and see what happens. There's all sorts of bits and pieces here, but nothing's lit up. I don't know what that flashing light is. I assume it's like it's charging light. So I'll leave it alone and come back to it in a while. Hopefully that one there down the bottom here, which is a solid white, and I'm assuming that's red, but it might be green. Yeah, that's probably like full battery. Right, let's leave it. I'll leave it for an hour or two. So it's finished, and that LED, I can actually see it's red. I wonder if you can see that. There you go. And the other one has gone off. So there we go. Let's just check the voltage. It's sat for a short while. $19.9. Okay, so we have got 3.9, 3.9 stroke 4, 4, 3.9, 3.9. Okay, now those, according to this, are, can we see there? No, we can't. Where are we? According to that there, they're 1.5 amp hour. Yeah. Okay, so ages ago I picked up this, which is a Dyson Hoover or Dyson vacuum, battery vacuum unit, and it shows that the cells are 2.1 amp hours, and I've got those cells and they're in good condition. So if these prove to be unreliable or not enough power, then I can always flip these buzz bars off and replace the cells. But let's give it a go now. Okay, let's give it a go. Ah. Try it on speed 2. No. Don't want to know. Right. I'd say those cells need changing. Yeah. Okay. At least we know we've given it its best shot, and now we need to change the cells, because they just won't. They won't hack it. Never mind. At least we know now. Okay. There's the cells that I took out. Here's some cells that I put in. Okay. They're 2.1 amp hours. And where are we? It's up there. We go. We got the big soldering iron out. Get it good and hot. Really, like, leave it for 10 minutes, and then you can solder on the end of these cells very, very easily. So we just got it charging. I'll leave that for a while and I'll come back to you yet again. Okay, there we go, that's fully charged. I'm only using this for demonstration purposes. Let's see if we can. Normally I wouldn't, as I said, they just charge too fast. Right, 20.4, okay, which is a bit more than the last set of batteries, which was 19.9. I will just put this lot together and get back to you in a minute. Okay, that's put back together. We're on speed 1 at the moment. Let's try it. I'd say that was a lot better, wouldn't you? Let's speed 2. Proof of the pudding will be in the use of, as it were, but that looks so much better. So there you go, fixed, or so it seems. I shall use it and see how it performs. I will charge it with the bench power supply as much as possible, knowing that these cells go up to 20.4 or thereabouts, and it just goes to show that saving stuff, like, you know, we've put cells out of a cordless Dyson vacuum cleaner into this drill and it's resurrected it. So you can't beat having little boxes of this and that, spare this and that, and it'll get used eventually. So this is great. I do have a Makita, quite a big battery drill, but this is a lot lighter. So for small jobs, little drilling, say 4mm holes and that sort of thing, when you're drilling a lot, this would be just that much easier. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Comments please, loads of comments and questions and what have you, and if you haven't already done, please subscribe. I will catch up with you very soon. Cheers for now.